Hey guys, Paul here from Impulsive Culinarian, and in this video, I want to talk to you about my egg muffin recipe. This is so versatile, guys. Great for breakfast, great for brunch, at supper, midnight snack, and whatever goes. So one of my favorite things about this recipe is it's so versatile. You literally take whatever vegetables you have on hand and put them in an egg mixture, bake them for a little while in the oven, and poof, presto, you've got a delicious, really special breakfast that you can put out for brunch with a larger menu, or as a one-stop, standalone, have breakfast and go. These are delicious. What I normally do is I make a vegetarian version of this because for big brunches, I'm already serving bacon and sausage and all of these good things on the side. So this is sort of like a lighter, fluffy version to just sort of add to the display. But if you want, you can make it a one-stop shop. You can put all of your breakfast ingredients in there. Potatoes and meat and bacon and vegetables, whatever you like. So this video is going to be sort of like a starter version, a standard vegetarian mushroom and onions, egg muffins that you can get started. And from there, guys, take it away and make it your own. Okay, so here's what you're going to need for my starter version of this egg muffin recipe. You're going to get yourself 1 pack of mushrooms. That's usually the 225 grams, a little standard pack. You're going to want to dice and saute those. You're going to need 1 medium-sized yellow onion, finely chopped and also sauteed. 4 ounces of cheese, finely grated. So if you are a dairy-free family like us, get yourself probably like an orange cheddar flavored type cheese, which you're going to grate fine. If you can have dairy, guys, a nice mild cheddar would be perfect for this recipe. You're going to get yourself 12 organic eggs and some salt and pepper to taste. Hey, get a muffin tin and let's get cooking. Come on. All right, let's get to making one of the most versatile breakfast recipes you will ever try. It's an egg muffin breakfast recipe. This is so much fun to do. First step, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is get yourself a 12 muffin tin, just a standard muffin tin like this. This recipe makes 12 egg muffins. You can double it and triple it however you see fit. Now, the next step is to spray this with a non-stick spray. There's a couple of opinions about this. The main ingredient in most of the non-stick sprays that you're going to find, Pam and all of these kinds of sprays, is soy lecithin. If you have an issue with soy, there are other types of lecithin out there. There's sunflower, there's a bunch of different types. You Google it and you'll see what's going on. Now, the thing about that is that if you don't want to use it for whatever reason, if you can't use a non-stick spray, then you can certainly take, like parchment paper, little rounds, and line the bottom. It's very fiddly, guys, very fiddly. So I'll just encourage you to use the spray that is good for you and your restrictions. So this generic brand that I'm using is basically, it's a canola oil spray and it's got soy lecithin in it. But I've seen other ones that don't have the soy. So do it as you see fit. Spray away! Add a generous, liberal amount to each little cup. Okay, so once that's done, get yourself a large mixing bowl. Organic eggs, guys. Go organic. So you want to get 1 dozen organic eggs in the bowl. All right, so depending on the ingredients you're putting into your egg muffins, you just prepare accordingly. If it's a really special ingredient like roasted peppers, you may want to do that in advance because it can be time-consuming and fiddly. Prepare all your ingredients in advance. So basically, you just want to get them into this egg mixture. So depending on the time constraints that you've got, prepare your ingredients. I'm going to do my mushrooms and my onions right now. I got a thing with mushrooms. I peel them. Yes, I do. I don't know when it started. I think I was pretty young. As early as I can remember cooking, I've been peeling mushrooms. Mushroom peelings are good for making broth. I don't know what it is. I guess I have to see somebody about that. Quick cleanup, and let's have a look and see at these lovely vegetables cooking in the frying pan. Okay, so here we go. I'm doing this on sort of medium heat in margarine or butter for the onions, and medium-high heat in olive oil for the mushrooms. Why? Just, I don't know, just a little difference in flavor. The margarine is a little bit more subtle for these onions, and the olive oil, I don't know, I think because I'm using a little bit higher heat, my gut is telling me to use olive oil instead of margarine, which might burn. I'm not going to do these for long, just a few minutes to get them a little bit brown, and then I'm going to take them, let them cool for a minute, and then put them into my bowl of eggs. So while the vegetables are sauteing, now's the time to get your cheese ready. You want to finely grate whatever cheese you're going to use. I like to use an orange cheese, just more breakfasty. I don't know, it's just a personal choice. So dairy-free. I just want to show you, we use this product from Daiya, okay? The original Daiya stuff was always these bags of shredded cheese, which are good. You know, they melt, they taste pretty good. But this stuff is great. The brick of cheese, there's 4 different varieties available near where we are anyhow. And this is the medium cheddar style. All right, and it's great. It's a perfect replacement. I find it's the best tasting cheese available. We've tried them all. Maybe, you know, there's some new stuff coming out that I'm not aware of. Usually it's stuff that's available in the States or out West where there's a bigger market. But for right now, that's the stuff that we're using. So these packages are typically 7 ounces. So I'm going to take just a little bit more than half, and I'm going to grate it and add it right into the egg mixture. I put away the wrong chunk. I put away the big one. More cheese. More cowbell. So the onions have started to brown nicely, just a little tiny bit. So I'm going to leave them on very low heat for now. And these mushrooms, I want them to brown. So I'm going to let them cook a little bit more while I'm grating this cheese. Call me uncouth if you will, but I'm grating the cheese right into these unmixed eggs. There's still whole yolks in there. That's okay. By the time I put all the ingredients in and I mix them around a little bit with a large spoon, everything's going to be just fine. And they're going to be combined enough to be able to go into the muffin tins, no problem. Is 4 ounces too much cheese? Did somebody say too much cheese? What does that mean? I don't understand. What language is that? Okay, so I'm going to remove these vegetables from the heat and put them in a bowl just to cool for a few minutes so that I don't inadvertently cook the eggs when I add these piping hot vegetables. 5-10 minutes should do the trick. Okay, so there's a nice little mixture of mushrooms and onions that have been sauteed for a few minutes, just lightly browned. I haven't seasoned this because I know that I'm going to be seasoning my egg mixture accordingly. But if you've seasoned your vegetables or you've roasted stuff and there's salt and pepper in there, you just have to keep that in mind and season accordingly. You don't want to over salt this mixture and you can't taste raw eggs. So you just have to follow your gut. Go with your heart. Okay, so being impulsive, I'm not really waiting that long, but I'm going to mix this up really good so they don't cook together. In go the vegetables. Don't cook, don't cook. All right, so now that that's all mixed together, the trick is you want to get that into each of the 12 receptacles of your muffin tin. I use a great big spoon and I just pour them in. Make a little bit of a mess. That's okay. Okay, so don't want to fiddle too long with it. Just make them as even as you possibly can. If they're off by a little bit, not the end of the world. Okay, so let's get these in the center rack for 25 minutes at 350. 25-minute timer, go! So because of the versatility of this recipe, it's important to think about the overall quantity of ingredients that you're putting in. Now, assuming you're using around 4 ounces of cheese like I am, what does the rest of it constitute? You got around, let's say, a cup of cooked mushrooms and a little bit less than a cup of sauteed onions. So if you're adding in, everything in the kitchen sink, the bacon, the potatoes, and all of that, you just have to act accordingly. I would say that a couple of cups total of extra ingredients after the eggs and the cheese, you're good to go. Everything should fit in the muffin tin, no problem. And if you see that it's starting to overflow, get another muffin tin. Okay, so there's around 7 minutes left, guys, but I gotta show you. Look how high these rise up. That's so gorgeous. Oh, man. And they're gonna brown nicely in the next few minutes that are left. Close that up. Okay, let's get these out. Look at those. They're absolutely gorgeous, right? Unfortunately, they won't stay puffy like that for long. So, put them onto a heat-safe area in your kitchen and let them cool for a few minutes before you take them out and put them on a nice serving tray. You want to help? Yeah, okay, so just to prove a point, not 1 minute later, look, they've already reduced in size a little bit, and that's okay. The end result is absolutely delicious, and they're flat on the top. They stack well. So when you make 100 of them, I'm just kidding. I just love the browning on the bottom. Such a lovely end result. Really tasty, too. Can't wait to dig into one of these. All right, so there you have it, folks. A nice tray of 1 dozen beautiful breakfast egg muffins full of nice mushrooms and onions and cheese. And again, you make these your own, fill them up with whatever ingredients you like. These go fast, so I highly recommend making more than you think you need, okay? Assuming that you have a few people coming over for breakfast. My name is Paul from Impulsive Culinarian. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, and like this video if you found it helpful. Lots more content to come. Stay tuned next Friday for another weekly live update on what's going on in the Impulsive Culinarian world. And of course, next Saturday, a brand new how-to recipe video coming up. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one, guys. Have a great one. I gotta eat one now. Look at that, piping hot. So good. The only thing, maybe more cheese.